Okay, you just started recording.
Yes.
I was gonna suggest whoever wants to, whoever has a problem with it, just raise her hand. I don't think that no one is raising their hands.
Yeah, it's still not too late. You can
Yeah.
still tell me
Okay.
even after the recording, I changed my mind, delete that, don't publish it. It's all possible. All right, so there are a couple of people who started supporting and helping me. Esan, Selma, Barbara, Adam, they've been working with me. And we also put up some slides together, last minute, where we put up some slides together. So we would like to go through this. And if there is anything you want to ask, just, jump in at any time. So I'm going to present my window. I don't know where this might be. I don't know how to.
There is a present now button to the
I know.
right.
I just
to the right.
Okay, I will just do it like this. I wanted to do a trick, but it's just the moment I need it, it's not working. So I wanted to present and see everybody at the same time, but it's fine. So everybody sees this?
Yes, I'm not sure you can do that unless you have two screens to Zoom. I think
Yeah, I
this is
managed
only in
this.
Zoom you can do that. In Meet's not.
Yeah, I found a trick yesterday. I used it, but I don't remember how it went. So it was with two windows and on two desktop screens. I'll practice for the next time. So, female engineer, first meeting. Welcome everyone. I'm really happy that so many people joined. So this is our agenda. We are going to go through these topics one by one, and feel free to jump in anytime you want. We will try to time keep to best of our abilities, but we haven't rehearsed this or anything, so all on best effort basis. So why this group? We just talked about it. I just felt like the world needs groups like this, things like this more, and there is still so much inequality in the world, especially when it comes to non-dominant genders, minority groups, and especially in the information technology, let's say women plus, women in general, but also there are so many other genders and definitions of who we are. And I feel these people need more support to get equity in their lives and, have equal opportunities. So that's why this group is going to accept people who are going to be predominantly female, and members of the other genders and minority groups are also going to be welcome because also they're in the minority group. Having said that, we are going to accept all members who are up for supporting us, enabling us, being mentors, being recruiters, and what have you. So this is going to be our group. We have more than 200 people in 1 month, and I would like to ask everyone here to support further and become an admin in the group, so we can grow this community to thousands. So here is the introductions. We already started a little bit. I would like to spend a couple of minutes to get some introductions from a couple of people here, so we break the ice and get to know each other a little bit. So maybe I start just very quickly. I've been around in this industry for more than 20 years, 21 years. I studied computer engineering in Turkey. Couple of people are here in this room who studied with me. I came to Germany in 2000, and since then I've been working in Germany in several roles, engineering, management, and in the last years also product. I work for biggish companies. Microsoft, Vodafone, now at Wayfair. I think the reason is I just like scale, like multiple countries, big systems. Although I'm not fond of big corporations, the systems they have fascinate me. So that's me. I will throw the ball to the next person. So Selma, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Sure. This is Salma, and I like colors. So I've been in CS, computer science, for I think for more than 10 years, but it doesn't feel like that. I have my PhD in Turkey, Ankara, Middle East Technical University, and I had a startup at the same time. We completed successfully a couple of projects, and then after I found out that I couldn't make money just by research, I was like, okay, I'm going to US as a postdoc for 2 years, and then I came back. Now I'm back in Ankara, Turkey. And now I recently interested in cybersecurity. There are different things in my life that I tried and failed, and that made me a better myself. And why I'm here is just to give back to community, give back. So I have received lots of help from males or females, but mostly females, and that encouraged me a lot. That's why I'm here to give back. So I'm volunteer to do my best here as well. Yeah.
So throw the e-ball to someone else, Selma.
Sure. Let's go with our, I guess, only male participant, Erdem. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Selma. It's first of all, it's a pleasure to be here with you. And I totally agree with you, Selma. I started similar things like 4 years ago with the same feelings, with the same ideas, just like you stated, to pay back or to give back, to the community, whatever I can do. I initiated a Meetup group 4 years ago, Spring, based on Spring framework, Istanbul Spring Meetup group, and now we are almost 5,000 people there. And it's really an amazing journey for me. I really enjoyed. I mean, I'm still enjoying. That's why I'm basically here. I want to keep enjoying it because it really makes me feel good when I share something. I studied at the same university as Füsun and like Selma currently is, and Esen. We were classmates, and thanks to Füsun, I see my friends again after so long time. And I'm in Istanbul. I live in Istanbul. I lived 4 years in Amsterdam, like the same years like Füsun, back between 2001 and 2005. And since 2005, I live in Istanbul. I have been working for Turkcell. Turkcell is the biggest telecom operator in Turkey. And I had the opportunity to design and implement and manage big systems. Like she said, it was really a journey where I learned a lot of things, so many things that I would like to share with the people in this group or with the people in other groups. And we will see how it goes, how we enjoy the journey all together. And Esen, next to you.
Yes, I was waiting. It was my turn. Hello to everyone, and thanks to Füsun for gathering us. I'm a graduate of computer engineering from a university in Turkey. I have been working as software engineer since I was graduated. Since then, I am living in Ankara, and now for the last 15 years, I have been working in Central Bank of Turkey, and I'm mostly responsible for software and system development. These are mostly in-house projects and integrated with some financial institutions and some other governmental bodies. And why I am here. I'm very happy to be here. Hopefully, I will be able to touch one of those other women's lives. I hope we will all get some benefits from that. And I don't know what that. And recently, for the last 2 years, I am getting some popular certificates. And if related to project management and software engineering discipline, hopefully, if any one of you is interested, or if any match of mentees are interested in them, I may guide more efficiently, I guess, in those domains.
Cool.
That's enough for me. And who is the turn? Is it Barbara? Can I give you turn?
Yeah. Well, I graduated in computer science a long time ago in university in Brazil. I worked for 10 years as a research, and as Salma said, I was not making money with that, so I decided to change to the market. I worked for big companies like HP and Dell. Now I'm working at Wafer, that's also a big company. I work with Verena and Fusion. I was a classmate of Joana and Lena in Brazil. I invited them because I think they are very inspired women and very successful. And as I think most of us that are here are, and that I think I joined this group because I was from a chemistry background and I fell in love with computer science, even though I loved chemistry. And I really want to share this with people that are just joining and share this love and experience for this whole big world that computer science can bring us. And this is what I want to do. I want to inspire them to love what we do. That's basically it. So the next one here for me, it's Hetty. I think it's this.
Who's the next one?
For me here, it seems to be Hatsi. Sorry, I don't know.
Hatice. It's Hatice.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No worries.
Let me introduce myself. I am third grade computer engineering student in Turkey. Recently, I am looking for internship, and it makes me a little bit nervous because interviews are. I am not familiar with interviews, especially because of this. I spent hard time with it. I love the idea. That's why I joined. And, for me, next one is Tuba Nalbantoğlu.
Oh, okay. I graduated as a mathematical engineering. I have 2 master degree, which are financial economics and data analytics. I have experience in telecommunication finance and automotive industry. Now I am working as a senior consultant in digital solutions and analytics department, which is some global company. I traveled a lot to Germany. I'm working as some internal consultant for my company. Yeah, I am here. In my company also I am supporting women in tech. We conducted one event so far. Yeah, I know the industry challenges for women. Yeah, as a technical person. Yeah, I am happy for this organization. Thank you for all. Thank you for your time. Also, thank you. That's all from my side.
Who's next to that?
The next one. Okay. Sena Terzi is Sena Terzi.
Maybe not at her computer right now.
Sevgi is Sevgi Borazan.
Yes, I'm here. Hello, everybody. I'm, how can I say? I have not, sorry for my English. I'm a little bit excited right now. I'm working in Turkey right now. My experience is almost 4 years. Right now, I'm working in Havelsan, Turkish defense industry company. Last year, I met Erdem Günay via Spring. I don't remember the name. Meetup, Spring Meetup with Elasticsearch in Turkcell.
Was it face to face still?
Just a little conversation we had.
Okay, so it wasn't online, right? It was still
Yes.
on site. Okay.
We were at the Turkcell.
Turkcell office.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Nice to meet you again, then, Sevgi.
Yes. Nice to meet you too. And I wanna give the ball to my friend here, to Helen.
Hi, my name is Helen. I'm a little excited. I'm sorry for my talking. And I'm working as a software engineer in an e-commerce company in Istanbul. Sevgi and I were classmates in university. We graduated from Gebze Technical University, Computer Engineering Department. And that's all for me. Maybe I can give it back to Sena if her.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. My name is Sena. I have graduated from Middle East Technical University Computer Engineering Department last summer. And I've been working as a software engineer for almost 6 months. And I live in Ankara. Since I'm a junior now, I wanted to reach out this group and, to reach out to more experienced people, mentors, and to have network with female engineers. And recently, I have been admitted to Munich Technical University Informatics Department Masters. So that's all from me. And
did you decide to go to Munich?
I've been planning, but I don't know what happens because of the corona.
Okay.
But I'm very happy to be admitted. Is Sevgi here? Sevgi Borazan.
I think we heard from her already.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Maybe I missed it when I was out. Is Gülşah Bayhan here?
Yes, here I am.
So Gülşah, do you want to give us a super quick intro for yourself?
Sure, okay. Actually, I'm a computer engineer and my bachelor degree is at Maltepe University and my master degree satellite communication and remote sensing at Istanbul Technical University. And I have been working at Turkcell as a product manager. And also about my previous job experiences, I worked at Huawei as a development engineer, and then I worked at and I worked as test team lead at Ericsson, and then I completed as a CDM product manager at Digiturk, and now I said that I'm been working at Turkcell. And also thank you for actually your invitation, and because I'm in my real main to experiences about the product managing and also maybe career coaching and etc. That's all actually. If any questions, please tell me. Don't hesitate.
Cool. Thanks a lot. So here's what I suggest. We have been already 30 minutes in. So if you're okay with it, we can continue with the slides, get a little bit of change of scenery, and then come back to the introductions if the rest wants to introduce themselves, or if anyone wants to have an introduction right now, it's also cool. Shall we jump to the slides?
I'm good with moving on.
Right.
Next meetup, then the rest of us introduce ourselves.
Yeah, because we have slides, you know. So, all right. We had the introductions. And the next up is, so we are trying to get a mentorship program up and running in a very startup-y way. And Selma is going to walk you through, you know, what has happened so far.
Okay, it's not gonna take too long. So far we have 9 mentors and 14 mentees. Some people, 2 mentees haven't been matched yet. No worries, you're gonna be matched. Just wait for the new mentors coming. So please be patient. So the mentee application deadline is the end of this month. So if you have any friends that who is interested in mentoring this kind of who wants to participate in this kind of events, please let them know. What is it in a nutshell? This program is not a program, but it's a kind of program. We are mentors. We have to check in 30 minutes with every quarter to discuss about lessons learned, because we're going to be working with different mentees. So that means we may face with different challenges, and we may change the process, or we have some lessons learned that we can apply to other mentees as well. And we have mentee and mentor monthly meetings. It is designed to be 1 hour. It can be adjustable and extendable. It depends on the 2 of you, the mentee and mentor. It can mentee, and if both parties agree with it, you can split it in 30 minutes in a day. Maybe you can have bi-weekly meetings. So it depends on you and your schedule, both of you, your schedule. And we have 2 months of try and see period. If both parties think that they're not matching, it's a natural process. Then please let us know. Please let FEngineer know that just we are not matching, we're not fitting. So we can change the mentors to make it better for you. First meeting, this is for both parties, for mentees and mentors. Get to know each other. Please get to know each other. That's important. We have introductions. We had some introductions, but it's not enough. Please get to know each other more, and try to expand expectations, which is totally important. Decide on a medium to communicate and share resources. It can be Drive, it can be Gmail, simply emails. It depends on you. And devise a general roadmap based on mentees' goals. So I'm gonna talk about tips in the next slide. Can you please go to, yeah. So some tips. We have been talking about the first meeting. As far as I know, nobody here had the first meeting. So just quick tips for the first meeting. Search your mentor's background in social media. Mostly LinkedIn will help you a lot. List a set of realistic expectations. That part is important. Please be realistic. It can be expected. Please put some realistic expectations and goals for yourself, and then try to align your expectations with your mentor's experiences. It can be a matrix kind of approach. Like you have goals and expectations, and your mentor have a couple of different experience or have different backgrounds, so you can match these two columns and rows. If you want to go with like something manually. And please remember, your mentor is a volunteer who gives advice based on his or her experiences. That's all. And don't expect to find all answers. You are the one responsible for your life, your own learning, and your future. Please remember this. This one is important. Wherever you go, if you have a mentor, please remember this one. And please come to each meeting with a prepared agenda. Share your feedback and updates with your mentor. Listen and ask follow-up questions so that you can progress and you can develop another roadmap. Can you go to the next slide, please? Yeah, and a couple of tips for mentors. Of course, listen and ask follow-up questions as mentee does, and be open-minded. You may end up with different weaves, so it can be different. That you can have different approaches to the same problem. Please show a respectful attitude. Give your honest and direct feedback. Sorry, but what I mean here is, please don't be a jerk, but give honest and direct feedback. That's important. These are different things. Please don't confuse these two. And bring enthusiasm while sharing your expertise. And the last one, be eager to invest into your mentee, because she or he is here to learn from you, and you're going to be learning from her or him. So yeah, that's all from mentoring and mentee side, and a couple of tips. Thanks.
Thanks, Awa. Really great tips. So I think next one is about CVs. So I just would like to share with you quite subjective, my own recommendations, my own information and advice based on my own experiences. Because I believe what makes a presenter a good presenter is if your content is not easily Googleable, then that information is, worth spending time in a meetup. So I try to collect information as much as possible based on my own personal insights. So, but some of them you will still find in Google. So maybe interesting. Just Google and see how much it matches. CVs for engineering roles. So unless I would say you have 10 plus years of experience and you worked in many projects in a couple of companies, do not go over 2 pages. You will see even the computer engineering student from second class would be able to fill in 3-4 pages easily. It's a lot of temptation to tell about yourself to the other side as much as possible and put every single detail. Just fight that force in you and try to be brief. Regarding the fact that this group is actually, at least at the start, predominantly Turkish. One thing I saw in the Turkish CVs is, people tend to put if they're married, what their race is, what their religion is. That happens mostly in Germany. And unnecessary personal data, your telephone number. I don't know if people need that, maybe your LinkedIn address, but do you really have to give your home address to people? And, things like this. Just be super careful, super conservative about the personal data. Remember, gender is not a must field in USA. They are even forced to remove it from applications, and also in many European countries. And I also don't see any point in stating that you're a female. Driver license, again, in the Turkish CVs, I see a lot of, I have a driver's license. In Europe and US, not so relevant, just a piece of information. And one more hint. So if somebody is looking for diversity hires, meaning mostly women, maybe it might be advantageous to see that you're a female. But my own experience is that in the past, I didn't put this information on my CV and also no picture, and people would just look at my name, Füsun Wehrmann, right? And they would immediately think, of course, I must be a male, right? And when I when I show up in the interview, they would say, oh yeah, this is a woman. Okay. So I don't know if it will, if it played a role, but I had the feeling, it also removes the bias from the people, if they would not naturally invite a woman for this role, they don't even know if you're male or female. So I find it not relevant putting the gender on the CVs. So, and another topic is, you see that people try to explain their whole life story in the resume, and I did that too. I think 10 years ago, my resume was 5 pages. Today, it's, I think, 2.5. And just think about the facts that might not be really interesting for the people. A recruiter or hiring manager might be going over hundreds of resumes, right, in a day or in a week, or they have a very little attention span. They are looking for certain things in your resume. So the name of your private school, or if you played volleyball in, when you were in the middle school, I don't know if it's relevant. I don't care about these things, to be very honest. I know this video is recorded, but I really do not so much. Trainings you attended, if they define you, if you think it's important to know them, put them, but then not all the 20 trainings you ever attended in, in Udemy or something like that. So just be smart about it. Picture, you don't need to provide a picture to any application ever. If they're asking for it, I would think about the company, but feel free to put one if you feel good about it, but it should not be an obligation. Another thing, if you're coming from another company, for example, from Brazil or from Turkey, applying to a job in US or Europe, just do not assume that these people know the companies you work for. A company that is very known in Turkey, like Turkcell, nobody knows about them here in Turkey. Or in Brazil, maybe there is Mercado Libre, nobody knows about them here. So just try to make sure that people understand the context, give some information about the company, just very briefly. And I know it sounds like a no-brainer, but I still get CVs in Turkish or German for roles in Wayfair. And unless somebody explicitly asks you to deliver a CV in a certain language, just use English. So these are the do-nots, don'ts for CVs. And what are the good practices? So I just would like to underline the fact that the first half page in your CV is prime time on television, right? So it is where you should put the most important facts about you. First of all, you are important. Your name is important. You want people to remember you. Somebody looks at your CV once, they would remember you. They would remember that name. That means it should be bigger. It should be bold. It should be easy to see and recognize, right? Second, use the space smartly. So here you see I put my name and my contact information right next to it. So in 1/3 of the page, I already started giving information about me. The summary is already here in this first 1/3 of the page. Good practices. One other practice is, people say TLDR. You can also choose to give people something to read in 10 seconds that explains who you are, you know. And by saying that, do not get super personal. You know, I'm an emotional person who likes cooking, and, you know, leave those facts. As a professional, who are you? What are you looking for? And you know, what defines you? And also there, the more junior you are, the shorter I would go. And in general, do not write more than 5 lines. And if you are a little bit experienced, that means you have 2 or 3+ years experience in your career, you can also give a set of skills that are good to know about you. You know, Java Spring expertise, domain-driven design, computer, artificial intelligence, things like this. You can give those skill sets. Some CVs do it on the side, some CVs on the top, but it's really good to, you know, make it visible, the important skills that should make you shine. Not too many of them. Preparing CVs. So it is really important that the UX, you look and feel of the CV. I don't say spend a lot of money and time on it, but just choose a format, invest in one format right now, and you can take it for the whole life. You know, you can take the same CV, same format. If you believe in it, you can just change it and it will accompany you your whole life. So please invest in the format and look and feel of the resume. What matters is the first page. Just assume people might not ever read the page 2 and page 3 and all that. Page 1 is important. The first half page is even more important. And put the most important information there, thinking about that. So if you are an experienced developer, then put your personal information, short intro skills, and your current last working experience. You know, don't go into the schools and hobbies and trainings. Your working experience is what matters. You are an experienced software developer. Students, of course, it's a little bit different, right? There, you want to underline your education. Maybe, hey, I studied computer science, and here are the projects. I'm interested in doing this and that. So that's the space that you can tell a little bit about yourself. If you are an open source contributor, for example, just go ahead and put some information about that. And hobbies, I know people love putting hobbies in their CVs, and it tells something about you, but just put 1 or 2 things. Again, I do look at this information, but it doesn't tell me so much. I really, you know, don't have so much connection to hobbies when I read CVs. Another advice is how you define your language skills. So sometimes people, one not so good practice is saying, for example, Turkish native, English good, and then 3 other languages like beginner level. I would say if you don't intend to use a language at work, you know, either directly using the skills you have or investing in it further and use it at work, just don't put it there. You know, if you learned Spanish for your summer holiday 2 years ago, you know, maybe it shouldn't be on your CV. And regarding the levels you have for the languages, try to use the standard names, like for English, proficient or fluent, not like very good but rusty a little bit. I would say try to keep it in standard formalized way. Preparing CVs for engineers. So a couple of more topics. Remember, a CV is there to get you to the first interview with a non-recruiter person. What does it mean? You apply somewhere, or the company gets your CV. Either a recruiter looks on it, or there's a computer program. There's a backend server scanning it, so it gets picked, and then you get a recruiting call sometimes not even that. And at some point, your CV lands on the table of a hiring manager, a technical person, and getting there is the main thing. And the first technical person, the hiring manager, of course, wants to look at your CV and see a little bit about you. What are these things? First of all, they might be looking, is this person telling this stuff all over the place? Or can I see what this person is actually interested in? You know, do I see a machine learning enthusiast, or do I see someone who is going to be a generalist and, you know, trying to find the building blocks for her career? So just think about how the other side might see your CV. And because we are talking about technical jobs, make no mistake about it, skills are very important. If you say, I had this training and I worked with this company, I had a project named blah, blah, but if you are not giving the details about what technology are you talking about, what skills actually you use there, then you might be missing out a chance. You know, instead of saying instead of giving details of the company, of the project that people might not be really relating to, go ahead and tell, you know, it was a cloud-based project, I did system design and I coded with Java Spring, and, you know, try to underline your strengths. And if you are applying a job, not headhunted, take a look at the competencies they ask for. And if you can relate your own profiles, and there is no shame in adjusting CVs according to the job you are applying to. Another thing is Turkish, or, you know, titles in your own country, or the official title given to you by the company. Sometimes it does not resonate with us, with the, you know, with the hiring managers in another company. So you might be tweaking these titles, or at least try to explain them. An example is when I was working at Vodafone, like 2007 or something like that, or 2005. They called me a system planner, but what I actually did was backend architecture, design, and technical program management. But I kept having that title in my CV, you know, system planner, and people did not have a clue what I did for them until I realized that mistake. The more experienced you are, the more tech and stack agnostic you will be looked at. What does it mean? If you are someone who worked 10 years, you know, who have been working 10 years long and has seen several projects, several challenges, probably the companies are approaching you as a senior developer, and what they're interested in is leadership, how to scale, architecture. So the chances are they wouldn't care so much if you did it with C# or Java or what have you. But if you're a more junior engineer, then of course they want to get someone who has potential and who knows a little bit of something that they already use. So just, you know, try to catch that balance. And if you are applying for a junior role and your technical skills is really very far away what they are looking for, you know, that might be a mismatch. As I was talking about it, certifications, trainings, etc., are more relevant for junior roles because there is not so much track record for hiring managers to, you know, create a story. So it does tell you about, you know, that you ran after this certification, that you invested, and that you have a proof of your knowledge. But after 3-4 years, honestly, GPAs and trainings and certifications, it really does not matter so much. And when you are creating your CV, try to exclude everything which is not relevant. So, for example, if you're a computer engineer, software engineer, and in the skills section, if you're putting Microsoft Office skills, it's really almost a turn-off for me. So try to see the balance and the relevance of those skills. And don't be shy. You know, if there are good things about you, if there are things that underline your potential and skills, don't be shy about them, but also don't oversell yourself. Take this with a grain of salt, because women tend to undersell themselves anyhow. So that's all I have from my part. And the next topic is the world of open source software. Adam.
This looks quite messy, right, friends? Okay, Füsun, I have already started learning a lot. I mean, to be honest, I have already started learning something from you, from what you have shared so far. I have to revisit my CV, definitely. I have all those don'ts and missing do's in my CV. So this was really, really lightning talk. Thanks for that. Okay, why we were not very like sure for putting these slides into the scope of the very first meeting of this group, of this meetup event. But then we said, okay, this kind of reflects the philosophy, the approach, the feelings behind, like Selma stated, I stated, and other friends also stated. We are all in the IT engineering, software engineering, development or management, but somehow related to software developed somehow in a way and delivered to the users. The philosophy behind open source is based on sharing, I believe. So I have been doing a lot of projects. I have been implementing a lot of projects using a couple of the things written here, presented in this slide. It's like playing with Legos, you know, for me. I have implemented really a lot of projects, bringing some pieces together from this slide, integrating with each other, making them like build one on top of the other one, and then finally achieving a solution which is solving some problems for some people, you know, for something running in a harmony. So that's why I initiated the Meetup group as well, because I have been earning my life, my salary by using all these open source things without paying a single cent if I don't need professional support from the supporter companies of these open source projects. I don't pay anything, but I earn a lot of money, you know. I mean, not personally, but with the organization I have been working for. So I feel like sharing, you know, I feel like paying back. The best thing I can do in a productive way is sharing what I have done, how I have used these tools, these projects, open source projects, and how I could benefit from them, and what kind of problems I could solve, and what kind of problems these open source projects fit in and can be used for solving some problems. So I initiated the Meetup group, and since then I am a different professional person, I can say. I must accept, because Füsun, you did a great job, I think, with Selma and Barbara and Esen, all these with the contribution of your friends. When I did my first Meetup event, there were only 7 or 8 people in the event coming to the event. But one person did me an enormous help. He put me in contact with some other people just after the first meet event, and in the second event there were 50 people. We were 50 people in the second event, and I started feeling like more comfortable with presenting this stuff, because it's also a challenge. I mean, sharing something, talking in front of an audience is different. I mean, you have to experience that, you have to practice that. So it's giving you a lot of benefits. You spend some time, you spend some effort to get prepared for the event. it can be tiring, it can be difficult, but at the end, it's really, I mean, I wouldn't buy it with money, you know, the feeling that I have at the end of the meeting with the faces, like getting something from me and going to the office and using it for his or her project, own projects. So this is why I would like to just speak about open source software, few minutes. I'm not gonna name all of them, but there are many, even many more of such projects. They are free. I mean, you can use it, you can try it, you can build your skills on top, and you can, at the end, you can build big solutions, scaling systems, processing millions of data in a second, in a minute. This is really a big problem, difficult problem to solve by using all these open source stuff. One more, next page, please. And this is the main ones I have been using really in production to serve millions of users concurrently in production, in real time, in real life problems. I just wanted to highlight a couple of them. So it might be good for you if you have not done so far, if you don't have experience so far, it might be good for you to have a look and give it a try to see how these things can be used, for which kind of problems you can use these projects, solutions for yourself. And I'm sure you will be able to find something, and that will help you accompany it with the good CV you prepare. I think it will be very, very helpful for you to increase your chance to get accepted for a position or move on your career with another step in your career. So I strongly advise you to have a look, to learn, and finally, definitely share. I mean, maybe Füsun, in the scope of this group, also we can not only focus on mentor and mentee thing, but we can also think about sharing, because it's not always easy to find the stage to share, especially if you are not experienced with that. So it's good to do in the family, you know. It's good to start in the family, you know, with the people who are like not expecting too much from you on the stage when you are on the stage. So it's good. It might be good to start here, get some experience, and go to other stages, go to other conferences, meetup events, and build extra experience on that. Finally, just to give an example, to give an idea, I should have one more slide, Füsun. Last final slide. It was Sevgi, right? Sevgi, you said that we were together in the meetup,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. To the left, on the left, you can see one of my recent presentations for Elastic Community. They had the first Elastic Community Conference this year in February, I think it was. I had 25 minutes. The second speech was mine after the keynote by the owner of Elastic Company. The second speech was mine, and I really enjoyed that I had the chance to share my experience, real-time experience, with a demo-driven presentation approach that was also liked by the community. But I wouldn't do this in my first or second or third try, you know. I spent like 4 years, 5 years accumulating experience on delivering such technical talks. And finally, I feel very comfortable. I mean, I can speak in front of many female engineers, candidate engineers or professionals here. That's how I could benefit all from this open source philosophy, open source world, I believe. And on the right-hand side, this is the recording of one of my talks in Spring One Platform Conference. 2 years ago. It was in 2019, and I enjoyed that one too. So have a look at what I provided here. You will find a lot more than these things, but I advise you, I mean, suggest you to start sharing, learning and sharing personally. Thanks for listening to me, and I hope we will learn from each other.
Thank you, Erdem. That was great. So that was all the slides we had, all the content we had. Before we say bye to each other, I know it's been a full hour, I would like to give you the opportunity, give feedback, make a comment, or ask a question if there is anything you would like to, share with us. Okay. In my team, we do the following. Ariel knows it, Verena knows it. We go once, we go twice, and then we say bye. That's what we will do today. Thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed the meeting. I will also post survey in our FEngineer group. I hope you are all members there. If not, please join our FEngineer group in LinkedIn and let us know if we have done an okay job, if there is anything we can improve, and if you want to be in the mentorship program as a mentor or mentee, let us know. All the details are in the group, or anyone in this group also from the mentors are happy to help you.
So I have a question. So what are the next steps actually? So it's about the mentees and the mentees, and they will do a parallel job, like in pairs, I guess. So how is going to be the next meeting? What's supposed to be happening in the next meetings? How they will happen?
That's a good question. There is no definitive plan. So my aim was to have this group growing together and helping each other. I wasn't even sure having an online meeting, Meetup, was a good idea. I didn't know. So I just said, okay, let's see. So if you guys find it interesting and helpful, and if you want to do it again, we can totally do it. If people prefer to, interact in LinkedIn and, just have one-on-ones, their mentors, that's also fine. I would say let's send a survey in the LinkedIn group, and depending on the vibe, we will think about the next steps.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Josiane. And there's one more ask. So I am, I'm posting a lot of stuff and, trying to bring some energy to the group. But the fact is, it's going to live with its members. It's as lively as you guys are. And the more we share it with the LinkedIn group, we publish it, and the more we come up with interesting questions, projects, initiatives, it's going to get more colorful and more exciting. Otherwise, it's just, I would feel like a self-monologue. I see that that's changing right now. So I'm asking all for help us get this community going, rolling, and becoming something very strong, very powerful, and show some people that it can be done. Yeah. All right. Thanks again. Have a great evening. Thanks for your time, for your investment.
Thank you.
Talk to you later. Ciao.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.